Now, a big part of human consciousness is still identified with the conditioned mind. So it is the conditioned mind identified with itself. And this is what creates, this is matter, and it creates the density of matter. There are also parts in which this density is becoming and has become thinner. And this goes together simultaneously with letting the light of awareness start shining on this density. When it's so the more we understand of ourselves, which happens in the form of negation of the mind content, so that which is understood falls away, or that which is understood is embraced, is the embrace of the light of awareness, which is really doing the undoing. It is the light that has started streaming into this consciousness that has been living in the darkness of mere matter, unaware, ignorant and unaware of its real source as light. And then I'm talking about all of us who share the common ground, That's why I talk about parts of human consciousness that we share. And then, if there is any moment in any of us, and this moment doesn't belong to any identity, but let's say that there is a human body through which a gap is being created. And again, it is that the mind opens up and surrenders, which is the same as the total light coming in. Now this image comes that you reach out to God, and God is taking your hand. This gap, in which actually there's not the borders of the gap. If the gap is imagined to be between the two something, for it to be called a gap, in essence, when the gap is created, these two things from both sides disappear. So be it any gap at all, that the total light is enabled to come in from that gap. And that is when, in a person's life, that is when true spiritual process, or it has already begun, when the thinning, when resistance has become thinner and thinner as more and more openness is being created. But this glimpse of total light is the total death of an experienced thinker and thought and the consciousness that is the consciousness lost in matter. And if this gap, if this total opening up, which is the disappearance of thought altogether and total light, has one touched the whole of your being is not separate from this light. There is never ever any way back. because the very idea of ways and back and forth and before and after, the whole experience of time has collapsed.